Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 228, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers who like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every weekend and release it on all podcast services. So do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, commenting on our YouTube channel, the CFG channel, or go to our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davies, and with me today, I got two awesome co-hosts today. I got a special guest due to Lex not being here. I got a good friend and also a really good reviewer on our website, confreaksgeeks.com, who's been doing all sorts of different kinds of content, and a great RPG player and streamer. Man, I can go all day. But I got Vin, aka Lucentai, on the show today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for the kind words. It's always been super hype. Each and every single time I get to post some stuff on the to get to contribute to the site. It's always an honor. So yeah, thanks a lot, Davis. I really do appreciate it.
Oh yeah, dude, it's not just me that makes the site good. It's everyone that contributes to it, dude. It's like, and like, yeah, so definitely, like, I mean, everyone, yeah. So it's I don't like taking credit for the site itself. I just created the spot. That's all I did. But that's cool. So what have you been up to? Yeah, what have you been up to, man? What have you been playing? Oh, I already know what you've been playing, but what have you been doing?
I can talk about it though. But,
yeah, talk about it.
I love the mana games, but most people know of Secret of Mana and nowadays Trials of Mana. So as a build-up to the forthcoming Visions of Mana at the end of August, I had the bright idea of playing the game, all the games, the entire series up to that point. So like I'm halfway through Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, Trials, Legend of Mana, Sword, and Children of Mana. I've all taken out on stream, and I got another 5 games to go. My sanity is not yet cracked. It might crack with Dawn of Mana, we'll see, but we're working on that one currently. But it's a fun little experiment to be kind of kind. I get euphemistic about it, but no, it's been fun playing through these games, man.
Oh, that's great, man. But yeah, I cannot believe you decided. How many games is it total? Like 11? It's 11 games.
It's 11
right?
games, yeah. So basically 3 solid games, 5 sort of mixed games, and 3 remakes.
Oh my god! Oh, you're doing the remakes too? Holy crap!
I am,
dude.
yeah. I am, yeah.
Oh my god, Jesus! But that is cool. Yeah, but definitely, guys, if you definitely want to check his streams out, definitely go check him out. His title is under his name, Lucentai. Really cool streamer. But hey, you know what, Vin? Do you know the person who basically is just an automatic like vacationing machine for the next basically in the month of July and in August?
Oh, I wonder.
It's the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude?
Chilling, my friend. It feels good to have a couple days at home, like you alluded to. We've been on vacation. Got 1 day of EVO in. Got to see my friend Lucentai over there, down there as well. So that was awesome. We had a great day, great interviews. Lex did a fantastic job. I was able to check out her interview with Able Gamers as well. That's out now. Go check the website or on YouTube. But yeah, overall, it's been fantastic. Nice to kind of get away a little bit. I will say, while we were on vacation, you'd be proud of me. I picked up my Switch and I got down on some Star Wars Hunters. And I've got to say, it's pretty fun. Oh, it is. I found myself grinding it a little bit. Yeah. And then
here's the question, I was also told about it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, because like I don't know, because like I knew that they were making the Star Wars game on the Switch itself, but it's so it's exclusively on Switch. How many players do you have to play? Do you play against in that? Is it a BR? It's Battle Royale, right?
It's no. It's a hero shooter actually. I think it's 5v5. It's either 5v5 or 6v6. Okay. Then they have different modes. One's like a push payload, or no. I'm sorry, it's not push payload.
Overwatch
it was arena. It was like arena battle against another team. So it was fun. They've got a decent variety of characters. I've got a few unlocked, but I mean, I could genuinely say I had a blast. It's got me wanting to pick my Switch back up and play it some more. So I think for me, that says a lot about the game and just how much fun I had, because I had talked about it when they were first, when it was announced and when it first came out. And I was like, oh, cool, whatever. I didn't realize it was free to play. When I saw it was free to play, I was like, oh, let me go ahead and scoop it up. We'll check it out. Why not? And I was like, damn, this is actually fun.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you have a favorite character to play as? Because I see these ads for like this Jedi droid sorts. I'm like, wow, these characters seem kind of funky. Do you have a favorite?
So right now, I have a heavy stormtrooper unlocked. He's a tank. I have a Wookiee. I think it's Grease. So it's not even utilizing like the characters that but I guess races and ethnicity that you're familiar with in the Star Wars universe and stuff like that. There's a bounty hunter as well. So each one, they have the same type of tank, DPS, and support roles for the different characters. So, if you're already into hero shooters like that, it's going to feel very familiar. And I feel like the transition to jumping into it was pretty easy. It's like, this makes sense. I know these rules, how these games play. So I was having fun. I was doing work.
Very nice.
That's very great. Yeah. That's right, man. I want to be a Wookiee. Yeah.
I love that.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
The whole conversation of that was when he said Wookiee, you're like, sold. I'm in. Let's do it. Just bring it.
You say we can play as a Wookiee. Okay, I am in.
It's like, you got me. You got me there. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then New York tomorrow we head off to. So we'll be out there till the weekend. Yeah. So excited about that and just getting out to the other side of the coast and seeing family. I haven't seen them in years. So it's going to be nice. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Good for you, man.
Have fun.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, man. Well, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to EVO because of a last minute emergency that happened. So I did miss the excitement of EVO itself. But I am like determined that I will do it next year. I am going to be there next year. It's going to happen. It's going to definitely happen. But everything is, for right now, I'm doing pretty good. I've been busy with Marvel Rivals for the past several days. The game is good, dude. Like I guess the real question is, because I believe this game is going to be free to play, but like, the one thing that always spoils free to play games is what level, like how aggressive are the microtransactions is what I'm worried about is the biggest thing. So, and I know this game needs to make money, which I don't think it will have a problem doing that with the level of skins and the things that you can do. But but I love playing it. I mean, like, I am not usually a hero shooter kind of person. So like it's just a nice game where you don't have to, just pop in and just play to your heart's content, So definitely looking forward to that, especially, which is unfortunately that Concord, like it just clears the palate of Concord completely.
Yeah. I didn't get the Concord streams. Yeah, the game was like the epitome of okay. Yeah, it was fine. It was perfectly fine.
I didn't get your streams. Like, cool.
Okay. Here's the thing.
I had more fun playing Fragpunk than I did Concord.
Here's the thing with Concord. Yeah. Here's the thing with Concord. Concord has a great battle system. Like, I love the way the feel of the game itself feels really, really good. I like the way that you could use it with your players and stuff. The problem with Concord is I have no attachment to any of the characters.
Right.
Like, all the characters are just so plain, or they're just like, they're not like, you're not hyped in any way of like doing it. Like, the only reason why you're doing it is because of efficiency or the kit that they use, but you're using them as the straight up tool itself. And then I think that's what really is going to hurt that game. Is that, and then plus the numbers for Concord already in just a free mode was abysmal. I think they said the peak was 2,000 people.
God!
I think,
Dude,
the tell was when, because originally it was supposed to be if you got the deluxe or whatever, then you'd get 3 days early access, and all of a sudden they were like, if you're a PS Plus member, everybody gets access.
So buddy logged in. So I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah. I was like, I thought I'd pre-order it, but it's like, that JK, you can play it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like
we don't have enough people to test.
Yeah, there is like
Crazy,
there
man.
is going to be a problem when that game comes out because like I don't know if you're gonna convince anyone to spend $40 for this game to come out. Like
It should be free to play. It should not be a $40 game. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, they were smart enough to say it's going to come out on PC and on the PlayStation at the same time, so at least they have that chance. But unfortunately, the way this is looking like this is going to be DOA. I hope I'm wrong, but like but I feel like this it's unfortunate because like the graphics look really good. I mean, and everything looks really really beautiful, but it's just boring. Like your characters are boring. Like the character that you like to play, Smitty, that one dude with the blue coat or whatever.
Yeah.
He literally looked like he went to like a Goodwill and picked up like a fly jacket with some ski goggles, you know, and you're supposed to be in space. Yeah, you know? Yeah, it's like I'm ready. It's like, what is this?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Get back in there.
Like,
Oh my god! Holy smokes, man. Yeah.
Like I shit you not because like it looks like you're like it's like a random dude from like Temecula, California decided to be like, oh, I want to be a pirate into these kind of weird games and stuff, and just to play it, and it just looks just a Joe Schmo, you know, and that's the energy that this game is giving off, and it's unfortunate. But Rivals, on the other hand, I don't know, like I just have fun, dude. Like Rivals, like it's just been a fun experience the whole time, and I don't know, like, and I could literally play. Like, I mean, Smitty and I were playing for what 3 hours yesterday.
My god! Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, I will say they have an amazing opportunity if at some point, doesn't have to necessarily be out of the gate, but if they were to put some sort of PvE mode in there, I think that would swoop up so many people from Overwatch that were literally, that was the reason we were looking forward to Overwatch 2. Give me some content. There's all kinds of stories to be able to pull from. There's fantastic voice acting that's within the game and people that are being the characters and stuff like that. Like, I think that could be an opportunity for them to really strike a note.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I don't think I'm, like I said, the only thing to really worry about is to see how aggressive their microtransactions are. But other than that, I mean, like that's basically the normal for any kind of free to play game. So like,
right.
But the game feels good. The game just is just fun. It's fun. And yeah, so like, no, I cannot wait till this game is officially announced. It has to come out fairly, like in a bit, like I'd say within the next 8 months. I'm thinking probably
sometime next year.
Yeah,
that's
early next year.
Yeah. Do you know if the whole character roster is going to be available and if the microtransactions will be skins? Because like that's like the big Overwatch 2 problem, right? They're like, you got to do these passes to unlock the characters.
They reverted that.
JK, right?
Yeah.
And now like,
yeah.
They reverted everything. They're going back to 6v6. You hear about that?
6v6. I did, dude. I know. They should have never taken it away.
I don't understand. It doesn't even make any sense with what. Yeah, they really don't know what they're doing. It feels like they're playing on the defense of what people's like reactions are because of the game because they or there's so no, you're totally right. But like I don't know like I think Smitty and I kind of had a discussion though too like if the roster is going to be readily available for everybody. But I don't know. I don't know if it will because like if it's a free to play game, you would want them to pay for characters or have an avenue to get the chance to get the character for free. But at the same time, if you don't want to do that, buy the character. But like I don't know.
They don't even need to do that. Sell the skins. All that stuff. Don't lock characters behind a paywall or even a battle pass. I hate it. I think it's dumb. I think it'd be a dumb move. I think, again, if they want to be successful, they keep doing different and having their, just differences that are clearly going to make it, I feel, above, making the right moves that Overwatch 2 was not making, basically, is a playbook.
Learn from the mistakes. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of those. So,
yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see.
It's like kind of
I'll
like
be
what you
upset.
said. Yeah, it's kind of like what you just said, Vin. Like it is a slippery slope when it comes to that, but it's just a matter of trying to be fair. But at the same time, you got to get money, and that's the that balance is very delicate. So we'll see, but we'll definitely see.
But then
Yeah, I know, right? Me too. I know, definitely. But I know y'all don't want to talk about us talking more about Marvel Rivals, a game that's not even officially out yet, but we'll go through the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games that happened in the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming community. We don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch and YouTube, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something that you're wanting to talk about, whatever we talk about, by all means, chime in. We would love to hear your experience or your question, and we will go from there. So then you are our guest, and you're up first. So what are you bringing to the table, my friend?
The joys of being at EVO for 3 days and competing. I guess that would sort of be the topic I've got. Okay. It's a pretty expansive topic, but I'd love to hear any questions you guys might have. I was there the whole time, avoiding that 108-degree heat over in Vegas for that weekend. So, but yeah, it's a pretty expansive thing, but I'm down to talk about it.
Wow, you were at it was 108 at EVO. Oh my god.
Well, if you stepped outside, I did not feel the heat, fortunately, because I was in the convention center the whole time.
That's right.
Oh, that's cool. Right. Well, overall, like, how was the experience of EVO stuff? Because I knew that you did compete in what game did you compete in again?
I competed in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which was the throwback game for this year. Which so it's kind of a potential sort of game that might not come back for a bit. It seems like that the throwback game is something they're experimenting with. But the experience was fantastic, and oftentimes I like to say that it's all but a convention at this point, because like when you're on stream or you're watching streams, you don't really see like all the cool cats hanging out. You don't see those 30,000 people on the convention floor, right? So yes. That's sort of the experience, man. And like, so I happened to watch 2010. I just happened to be on vacation that year. So like back then it was just in some rando like meeting hall, like a big meeting hall or something. And things, suffice to say, things have really changed since then. And even if you don't compete, like, I mean, 20,000 of those people didn't compete. So it was like great. It was just so fantastic. And it's tough to encompass the experience, but we can try it. Yeah, I
can imagine. I mean, I can imagine it. I mean, there was just a lot. I mean, first off, this was the largest EVO ever recorded. There was like at least and this is, mind you, this is just the participants in the tournament bracket hit over 10,000. That's not including the regular spectators that were going, the Artist Alley folks, the cosplayers, and all these different kinds of people that were just coming in just to be there around that event and stuff. And two, this is a new wing of the convention center, because like this is is it the West Wing? Now, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So the West Wing itself was the new convention, the new part of the convention center, which I've been told it's very nice. From what I've been told. Yeah. So then, so there's, I mean, it looks like a lot of different, like a lot of cool things that they're definitely getting up to and moving up to becoming for this tournament, and plus, like, I mean, like, just to say that they went back to something that they haven't done in a long time, which is full 3 days, like a full 3 day event. Like, they didn't shut everything down on the third day and go into the Coliseum. Instead, that they did, the Coliseum was built in the same center, which I've heard a lot of like mixed reviews about that, because I have seen I've heard horror stories, and then I have heard that there were because like. And I personally think it was justified. It's justifiable on these people's concerns, because I totally agree. Because, I mean, how much was an EVO ticket? Like $200? It was ridiculous. It's expensive.
It was almost that much. And then there's also the fees for actually participating in a tournament, which are not quite as much, but you get the pay-per game, right?
Yes.
But yeah, the arena experience connected to the main hall was cool in its own right. However, it was sort of a mixed bag. So like on Sunday, like I basically just camped there from like 11:50 a.m. all the way to like 10 p.m. So it's It's a long time, and the line capped at 4:20 Blaze It PM. So like Evo tweeted like, "Yo, like the reading experience is capped. Go watch it. We have plenty of watch parties elsewhere." But it's like it's kind of sucks. And the funny thing is, I was originally going to ditch the first two games, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising and Guilty Gear Strive, to go play my Pokemon Go event. But like as it turns out, if I had ditched those two, I wouldn't even be sitting down for like Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6. Right? So like, I'm glad I sat down. I'll just try to play Pokemon during like Guilty Gear. It's like super hardcore.
Yeah, because like so basically what happened, Smitty, because I know you had to leave, you left on the first day, but like what happened was that there wasn't enough capacity for the people that to go inside and sit down for the finals tournament. So there were what ended up happening was that people they kind of constituted it on the fly, that if you weren't sitting down, like if you were sitting down and then you wanted to sit down and stay for the next tournament, you can. But if you would, but by any means, like like let's say you need to go to the bathroom, or let's say you want to get something to eat or something, and even if you left your stuff there, like on your seat, they won't let you back in. They wouldn't let you,
way.
Yeah. So they turned you away. They didn't give you access to it. So I mean, this is. I mean, I'm not going to knock them on this. I think it's just a matter of growing pains. They're going to be better about it, and then knowing how Rick is, and Rick. They're going to improve. I think they're going to improve the experience. Yeah, they're going to.
I hope so. I really hope they do. Yeah. But yeah, like so they're technically there was a restroom inside the event center. So after Guilty Gear, I went over there, but like the line was insane. It was like 150 people plus to get into the men's restroom, right?
Oh my god!
And then like I think I had to wait like 30, like I think it was like almost 30-ish minutes just to get in. And so by the time I got in, I heard like Harada-san on the Tekken stage talking behind me, and I got super tilted. I'm like, yo, I'm missing out on like some cool announcements because of the restroom line. As it turns out, he was just talking about the Pro Tour, like whatever, right? But like I made it just back in time for that bombshell returning character announcement. But it was just like I almost missed it because of the restroom. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is just the final day itself. So like I said, don't. I mean, we're not trying to discourage anyone to be doing. If anything, exactly. I want to. Yeah, I encourage more people to go to this event. This event's one of my favorite events to go to. Yeah, definitely. Especially, I've been to the old ones in past, but I didn't go to this one, unfortunately. But let's see on the chat here. Will says, did they sell hot dogs in the convention center, and how were they?
I did not see one. So. However, it doesn't necessarily mean they didn't have one, but I did eat at the food court all 3 days, but I don't believe they had some question mark, but I am not sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Smitty? How was your experience? I know you unfortunately had to dip out early. You had to dip out for one day, but like like, how was your experience?
We went in hardcore mode that day that I was there, so it was good. Again, West Hall is huge, it's big, it's new, shiny. I felt like it was a great spot to facilitate a convention/tournament like that. I know that they announced that next year it's going to be in the South Hall.
What?
South Hall, yeah. South Hall is currently,
Is it even bigger?
I don't know if it's bigger or what. I know they're renovating it, or that was the first one I think that got renovated, or the second one. There was West Hall, then I think they went to South Hall. They did South Hall, and they're currently working on Central Hall.
Oh, okay.
They have a Central? Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
There's a Central and a North. Yeah.
Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
so in totality, the thing is freaking huge.
Yeah, because it's encapsulating like two sides of the roads now. Like originally West Hall didn't exist anymore. It used to all be on the right hand, like on the opposite end, right? Like East Hall. Well, it wasn't called East, I don't think, at the time, right? Like it was but
no, it was North, Central, and South. Then they built West. And then they're going back and renovating the other halls.
Oh, okay. So they're just trying to keep up with the time. Jeez, dude. Well, I mean, I wonder if there's a justified, like, a reason why they're moving it to South Hall then, if that's the case. Because like,
I don't know.
Unless it's bigger. That's the only thing I could think of.
I gotta say, there was plenty of space to walk around on like the main floor. What I will say is that so in 2018 at the Mandalay Bay, at the old former location, I didn't get a feeling of overcrowding, but I kind of chitty chatted with somebody, and they said like the Mandalay Bay was kind of at capacity, presumably like 2022 or 2023 or whatever, right? So maybe they're like kind of fearing they're going to hit that point, and they don't want to have an overcrowding problem. Maybe, but it's like
possibly, yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
But then again, though, too, do you think that it also could be that they want more money? Because when you think about it, well, seriously, when you think about like opening up, like, I mean, when you're telling an artist like, hey, we're going to give you it's a 3-day event, but then you're going to have to close up your shop in only 2 days out of the 3 and stuff, that they wanted to go to a place that allows you to keep the 3rd day open so the people have better opportunities to make more money, and then also spend more money, and then have a reason to increase the price on the regular daily ticket because that they left they're leasing out the convention center for an additional day. You know, I mean, could that also be a possibility? Because they said
I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that definitely has an influence on things. But I mean, speaking with Rick, it just sounds like, again, he's about really listening to what people are saying, taking the feedback, and creating an experience that people want. And to me, that overwhelmingly, you feel that and get that just by the decisions that they make. So, you know, yeah, what kind of influence that has, or why that's coming out and whatnot. It's hard to say without speaking directly from the horse's mouth. But you know, to me, I feel like every year they've just been making it better and better and better. The city of Las Vegas is reckoned. My friend Hugh, they helped to present a proclamation for Evo and Rick. I know last year, Tick Segerboom or something like that. All right, that might not have been. I think they gave the key to them last year, so that was a county commissioner. I love the fact too that the city of Las Vegas and the government are recognizing this stuff and also partnering up with people to make a great experience.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And they said, like, I think they designated August 2nd as EVO Day, I believe, if I'm not totally mistaken. Yeah. Which is crazy, like an event getting its own day, but which was sort of funny for this year because that just didn't happen to line up scheduling wise. But maybe I think it seems next year we'll make up for that, I think.
That's freaking hilarious.
Rickety Rick.
Wait, what? Yeah, what?
I just called him Mark. I wouldn't even call him the right name. That's how trash I am.
You know what? Technically, his name is Mark. Right? His name is Mark. You're right. His name is Mark. You're correct
by default. Yes. Yeah. And the funny thing about that, so on 2 different occasions, we Smitty and I each got to speak with Mark, man. So that was pretty cool. He's such a chill guy. He's like,
he really is. Yeah,
he is. He's very mellow. Like from what I've described, from what I've seen and what you've done with the interview and stuff, it was very. Like a very mellow interview. But it was really cool. But like, I mean, but I think some of the cool things, like also, I think that this event also is definitely showing off is also the upcoming projects of other games and the stuff like that they're doing. They actually had active booths of upcoming fighting games, like the upcoming Fatal Fury City by Wolves with if you did notice his Vin's decor behind him. He has the nice beer bottle floaty thing from it. But then also 2XKO, which is the League of Legends fighting game that's coming out by Riot Studios and stuff. Marvel versus they had a Marvel versus Capcom booth from what I gathered or from what I remembered, right? So
technically the Capcom booth, but it was full of Marvel's Capcom fighting collection stations, which is still a crazy collection, by the way. Like it's been like a month, and the fact that it exists, the licensing shenanigans, how does this come into being? It's crazy.
It's amazing. I mean, like things came together at the perfect time, at the perfect way. Especially like we didn't even think that Capcom was in talks with Marvel anymore, and then the fact that they're allowing them to do this, like to do the half of like, especially a game in history that's like, you know, that's it holds dear in everyone's hearts. You know, the Versus games. Since it's been forever for a good versus game with Marvel FVC3, you know, so yeah, it's crazy, but even like I said, like I think we have on the screen now, when Lex interviewed the dude from Able Gamers, and then they were showing off like how to use the the fight, or not the fight stick, but the yeah,
I think that's
it
a
was,
PlayStation controller, right? Accessibility controller.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation accessibility controller.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, so they were showing off different kinds of things and stuff. So it was really, really cool to see all of that, happening and stuff. Like to see that how big this event was, especially this is the kind of event that like when did I last? Whenever I went, I don't even remember. It's been a long time from the last time
we went.
I went.
2018, Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 years ago. Yeah. So so it's the way that it's grown to this point is amazing, and I definitely love where it's going. And then with someone like the Hado like steering the ship for it, especially the announcements that next year they're going to be open. It's going to be one in Europe. It's going to be in Paris. Then it's going to be Paris, Tokyo, and in Vegas next year. And then in 2026 they're going to be adding adding Singapore.
It's crazy, so good.
Is
That's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable how big they're trying to get this. They're making this event to become and to be the poster board child of just fighting fighting events. So hopefully we'll see where this is going to go, and hopefully they do things about their pods, because that was also another issue I heard. About the pod. Yeah. So that was another thing that happened. So like, if you didn't know this, Smitty, so what happened was that, Punk is the Street Fighter 6 champion for this year. But then he posted something on Twitter the next like day or so, afterwards, saying that he got more money second place, in EVO 1 year than what he got this year. And then the people were like, "What? That doesn't even make any sense." It's like, yeah, no, it's like, yeah. So they're looking into.
Shouldn't it have been more money because there was more entrants?
More
entrants.
Like,
more entrants. Yeah, more entrants and stuff like that. Math ain't mathin'. And then it got to a point because it was a giant discussion about it online, because what happened was the year that he got second place, Capcom fronted some extra money into it, but at the same time, though, I mean, it wasn't like the pot was ridiculously high. I mean, the amount that he got for second place that year was $12,000. And then I'm just saying, looking on the outside, even not knowing anything that's happening, for the size of the event that they had this year alone, the amount of money each person had to pay to get into said event, get into said event, and then the fact that they are saying that first place is only $12,000 out of all the amount of money that you got.
Crazy.
Yeah, and you are the biggest. This is the biggest tournament. Like, this is the biggest amount of people that were in the tournament. Something. Yeah, you're right. Math isn't mathin' at that point, and then luckily, like I said, Rick came in and said, "Oh, that was not right. We'll give you there was a discrepancy." So that was dipped in the bud.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's listening. They're listening. But man, oof,
yeah,
man.
that's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah.
That's a big oof.
Yeah, I don't. And that grand finals was crazy, by the way. It got to the last round, the last possible round, and like it was just like two hits, and they could have gone the other direction. Yeah, like
that was a great grand finals. Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great grand finals. I mean, they had some really good grand finals overall. Like, I mean, like Tekken's was really good too. And Strive, Strive was good. And
dude, I'm so mad. Mm-hmm. So I was supposed to do an interview
with Arslan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I didn't. They were. I didn't get contacted till I was already out of town. I was like, oh my gosh.
You're that close.
I know.
Sorry, man.
It's such a weird connection. Like, my mom's friends with one of his friends.
It's not too late to do that.
Well, I'll see if I could. Yeah, I'll reach out to the guy and see if maybe I can get an interview, even virtual.
Virtual interview. I mean, that would be good. I mean, there's the fact that it's an EVO winner and then stuff like that. I mean, I would definitely reach out. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You best believe.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That'd be fun. That'd be great, man. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was doing with what's it called? Pop Culture Gems. There you go.
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna crack a Davies joke. Most of his interviews are digital.
Yeah, most of them, 90% of them are digital.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Yeah, it's like that's what I usually like to do. It's like I like to set it up. Well, I've been a little bit backing on that one, but it was good. But overall, EVO 2024 was great. It was it was definitely a great event. Was there something that you saw at the event then, like something that was like totally made you super hyped, or like what was your favorite part of it, like that's outside of the tournament level? Like what was there anything out there that was like that?
My driving reason to go in the first place was because of 4 new games on main stage, right? So I already thought that was like super hype, but I really wanted to play Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. I was really jazzed for that one. I rushed right to the SNK booth day one, took my little picture, posted on Twitter so I get my inflatable like beer bottle or whatever, right? So like I wanted to play the game, and I happened to like luck out. I got in and like I happened to play it before the lines got super big, and the game feels hype, dude. Like it really feels like a good mix of old and new. It feels pretty heavy. Everything's like super impactful, and it has a lot of mechanics. It's gonna take a while to learn. Like it's technically a 5-button game. I didn't even remember there was a 5th button because most SNK games are 4 buttons. I'm like, oh crud. Like after I do a playtest, I'm like, oh yeah, I had R1. Oops, oh well. But the game's great. It's super hype. I'm probably gonna be there next year to compete in it. I think it's the same presumption it's gonna be a main stage game. We'll see.
I think it will be. They'll definitely will.
Yeah, I think they'll say early 2025, and if the tournament's in the middle of the year, I think it'll make it. But
yes.
It's great. It's SNK's booth is so well run, and yeah, man. If you want to know about any other games, I did play like 2XKO. I did play Hunter x Hunter, Net Impact, and all the jazz. But I gotta tell you, man, that City of the Wolves, it's spicy, baby. It's spicy.
Yeah. What about you, Smitty? Was there anything like that you enjoyed?
Again, it was hard for me just because I was in basically work mode. Look at that shirt, by the way. That is so dope. It is
love that shirt.
so dope.
It's a very good shirt.
Very mad at myself that I didn't see that on the merch table, because that is nice. For me, really, and again, not being able to spend that much time there, it's always nice and refreshing just to be around the FGC.
It is.
Great community. I made new friends in a little bit of time that I was there, just jibber-jabbing with people and stuff like that. So for me, it's always just being around. It's such good positive energy and people just there having a good time from that community. So for me, that always stands out when it comes to EVO.
Oh, see, that's good.
Absolutely. Totally.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll wish to hopefully experience that tomorrow or next year. Next year.
I was like tomorrow, unless you made your own EVO tournament. I don't think so, sir.
I'll make my own specific EVO tournament in my backyard.
I'll call it Bevo.
I would compete. Which games would you feature, man?
Mine would be it would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Power Rangers. Yeah, Power Rangers, the fighting game, the one on the Super Nintendo, the one that Ivan Ooze, the most broken character, the most broken character, ever. Yeah,
he's so busted.
Yeah, the rule is you all have to be Ivan Ooze. That's
my god, Ivan Ooze. Oh god.
If I did my own tournament.
That's toxic.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a lot of people probably liked my tournament, but it would be fun. It would be fun for my own taste. There you go. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. That's cool, dude. EVO 2024 really definitely must go. Check it out. I will be there next year, definitely. So we'll go with that.
Yeah, man, it'll be fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Devo confirmed at Davies' house next year. That's hilarious.
That's a good actor. Davis Evolutionary Tournament Series.
Oh no. Yeah, there's all random people outside. It's like, who is going on here?
What the hell is happening?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I'm here for the Rise of the Robots tournament. What's going on here?
Oh god. The game is so skunked. I actually like the music, but you can't even mirror match in that. Like,
you can't even mirror match. There was only like 5 characters to play in too. I love it. I was just like, there you go.
Yeah, Yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's like it's like I'm the number one Clay Fighter 63 and the third player out there.
right?
You know, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Just all
I
these
was
different
literally
ones.
just thinking about that game, dude. I was like, what they call it?
crazy.
PlayStation?
Yeah,
Nintendo Switch Online.
Clay Fighters. Yeah, that's gonna be all the rejected games. It'll be Clay Fighters, Primal Rage, Eternal
God.
Champions. All
Champions.
those different
Oh,
ones.
my
Yeah, all of them are going to be there.
God.
Yeah.
Before-
All right. Yeah. So my topic is kind of something that's been like an ongoing issue for a while that I'm glad that is happening right now. And it's about the SAG-AFTRA strike, the official SAG-AFTRA strike for voice actors, because officially, okay, so basically let me kind of do a quick rewind. Last year, the big writers strike / SAG-AFTRA happened in the midsummer. Lasted for several months. That caused like a lot of issues with like, you know, production and stuff. Eventually, they came to an agreement. However, SAG-AFTRA I felt like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people at the time felt like, the only people that kind of was rolled under the bus with that was the voice actor side of SAG-AFTRA. They were the only one. They agreed. Well, not the voice actors agreed, but the group agreed. The company, the group of SAG themselves agreed that they were will allow AI, but but they have to get permission per the talents like, you know, choice of that. Yeah, yes or no. I bet you $1 million there's no one there that would say yes, take my rights and then use it for AI. So they kind of got screwed out. They got screwed out of this deal for a long time. So a year has passed. Jennifer Hale, the one person that's probably the most outspoken of all this was Jennifer Hale, if I do remember that. But a year has passed, and they officially went on strike at 12:01 a.m. on Friday morning. And so now. Now this is just voice acting in the video game community so far, right? I don't believe it's for cartoons and animation and stuff yet as a whole yet. However, so they had an agreement that things that were already in process, like that were being processed or confirmations, or certain projects got the green light to be able to for actors to do and work still, because it's a previous obligation that they've signed already prior to that. But any new projects, they are not supposed to. They are holding the picket lines on that until this is agreed upon. And good for them, because like, I mean, this was a big, like, back in the day, back when this original offer happened, I was like, why did they do that? Like, no voice actor would say yes to any level of AI. And now it's they're trying to solidify their defense against AI, because essentially the reason why AI is bad, that's another thing I think most people don't understand about it, is that this is they're saying to give their likeness to be learned by an artificial intelligence. So theoretically, which means that if they do one project, let's say they do a project for one time for this one project, like Metal Gear 45, I don't care, and then they decide, the person then let's all right, we're gonna skip from 5 to 45, and then they decide, like, okay, we don't want to be in this new project. This project is too, they don't want to do it for any reason. However, if they have an AI bank about their previous roles, they could essentially make their character or their voice likeness similar to that said actor. And then what makes it even better, they don't pay that actor at all, because it's not the actor that's doing it. So that's the threat that with AI itself. So now they're trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, to be fair, there's 26 points, 26 or 27 points of on the SAG side that they're wanting to get, they're wanting to be, like, you know, confirmed that they're going to be protected. And on the industry side, they've agreed to all but one. That's where they're at right now. The one that they are not agreeing on is still using AI, but it's not for voice acting. It's, I mean, because they already got the protection for the voice. They agreed with voice actors that they want to do a certain level of protection to the voice actor side. It's for mocap artists. is the whole of all of it. Yeah. So like
they're trying to use mocap artists in AI.
Well,
like
I mean, when you think about it, if someone does a specific move or a thing, normally people have to do that same thing over again.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about mocap at all.
Either.
Yeah, because technically mocap is something that I think was overlooked, and I still to this day was like, holy crap, I didn't even think about that. So if someone gets shot, they could just repeat that. They can repeat the action over and over again. But they are so they are holding on this hill right now that's holding everything back to not protect mocap artists as well for AI. And then I totally agree with that. And I was just like, yeah. So what was the point? Like, because eventually there's going to be a point where you used all of people's movements, and then you're just using AI to do all of it. You don't need them anymore. You basically killed them. You basically killed the job off.
That's not good, man.
Yeah. So like, I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure. Like, I just want to get y'all's takes. Like, what y'all think? What do y'all think about the situation? I'm pretty sure y'all are for it. If I had to be honest with you, but what do you think about like where they're at with this, and how do you think this should play out?
I'm almost for protecting artists, right? So I mean, I've definitely seen, being in like the visual arts and all of that, I've definitely have some friends that are like, yo man, we don't want to be like, we don't want our commissions to be cut out because we don't want people to just replace us, right? So like, I have a personal sort of like, I should say like investment in protecting like our fellow artists, and that's like the biggest thing. I don't want like these algorithms to essentially just like calculate what a mocapped punch is, right? That would look probably super jank, first of all, and secondly, it's just, you should definitely give artists like the opportunity to like deliver an experience that's human. Like, I'm into human experiences, and like don't cut artists out. That's basically what I would say.
Yeah, I totally agree. What about you, Smitty?
Obviously, I feel very strongly about this, being an actor and working in the voice space and stuff like that. This all would seem problematic, and I knew it was going to come to a head at some point in time with the original strike and the original contract that was made. Again, there was not really protections against AI in terms of specifically the video game space. Again, mocap, I never even thought about that being a thing. Yeah, so that makes sense. And I think that also is kind of indicative of what the industry is trying to do. The fact that they're still holding out based on the mocap agreement, I think that says something there. I do want to point out, and at least this is according to Jennifer Hale, it sounds like this isn't a complete all-out strike.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, so, and I thought this was interesting as well, but Jennifer had posted, until the strike is resolved, I will not work on a video game unless it's signed to a SAG-AFTRA interim or tiered budget agreement. No other contracts provide AI protections. Again, I think that's really important, especially in the fact that a lot of times when you have strikes like this, it's just an all-out nah. But the interesting thing is that employers can actually sign this contract now to give these protections. So pay attention again to the folks that are like, hey, we're continuing with our game. We've signed these things. Everything's good in the neighborhood, as opposed to something being halted because, we're not going to sign that. I think that's a tell in terms of some employers and whatnot as well. But I'm always going to be with artists and the work that people do, regardless of what your medium is. You take that away when you give it to AI, and it's not true artistry because it's just a replication and a mismatch of other people's things. And nothing about it is it creating itself. And that's my biggest thing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those, FAI or whatever, because I utilize AI myself in ideating things, brainstorming. There's all kinds of good applications for AI. But when it comes to things like this, especially when it comes to the arts, people, again, you've been hearing it since you've been, if you've ever tried monetizing some medium or whatever, it's, oh, well, do it for exposure, do it for this or that. And it's like, look, artists deserve to be paid for the work that they are creating. So I'm all for it. I understand. I knew that this point was inevitability. It was inevitable that we would come to this, and this was going to come into question, because when they first signed that deal and there was no AI, like the AI stuff was kind of like, this doesn't sound good. Like, I know it's great for actors and they got, you know what I mean? But like, there's gaps in this that we got to go back and look at that. So I'm glad they are.
Yeah. I mean, like, I definitely, well, what sucks kind of like what Will said at the very beginning of all of this, where he said that can't believe they didn't take the deal, or that they didn't can't believe they didn't take the deal itself, is just it's weird, because like I understand the side of the company side on why they're not wanting to do it, because whatever they have to do, it takes money. And then, don't get me wrong, mocap is expensive, and I understand why they would want to do that. But like, but the problem that I'm having is, like, to even have this as a platform is the level of, like, at what cost? Is like, you're taking out the human factor of these people's, like, performances and stuff. It's like, if you are going to justify to cut money or cut costs on your project because that the AI is learning this stuff, what is going to stop you to say, to a point to say, oh, you know what, it's expensive to do a musical, to do a play and stuff like that, or to write this stuff out and stuff like that? Because, like, right now, don't get me wrong, I mean, like, and I'm not trying to be tinfoil hat AI is scary. I think I'm with you, Smitty, that I think they are AI is good in certain applications. Like, too much of it is just you don't want it all to be overflowing, because it's like, oh, thank God I saved $1 million on this. It's like, that's not the point. The original point is, yes, you wanting to get money, but you're also wanting to show human creativity of the projects that you're wanting to do, that you're wanting to set off. So when you're doing these shortcuts, it may not show immediately, but it's sure as hell going to show, like, in the long run, of like, why y'all why did y'all decide to do it? Because, like, you remember when, like, I forgot what it was. What was the name of the game? The finals. Well, the finals.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yes. You remember, like, you know how much of an uproar people had on the finals, on just like the music covers were not made by the original, like, by artists and stuff. Yeah.
That's a goof.
Oh yeah, and then, as well as I think not the narrator, but the main dude, like, the announcer guy, is also AI.
The announcer was,
is also AI, and then people were like, burn to the pillar of the stake and stuff. Like when you're going to do stuff like that, it just seems like when you're doing shortcuts like that, and then people notice it, of course they're going to be mad. It's like you basically bring the person out towards this. Yeah.
Let me ask you then what the difference is from the finals and the first Descendant, which also utilizes at least one AI voice, and it is so noticeably bad. There's no way this dude is not the AI character. So I don't know how much AI they've used, but there is a specific character in the game that is an AI voice, and like, they're not even hiding it.
That sounds really bad.
I haven't really heard much about it, or anybody really talking about it, which is crazy to me. Well, so when is it acceptable and when is it not? Like, I'm speaking like just to the general public. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some things get people in an uproar, but like other things are like, we're just gonna let this slide. And it's like, but this is even more egregious than that, I feel.
Yeah, the line is very hard to draw, right? Because, like, I mean, it was made apparent before Foam Stars came out that those music covers were, like, created via, I think it was Midjourney or like whatever. So I mean, people are like, oh, like the music covers, then people have the biggest uproar over music covers, but you got to draw the line somewhere. For me personally, I was like, I didn't really want to play it after I learned about that. So I mean, I kind of drew that hard line, but I think in so far as like visual arts or like performance is concerned, like I really just don't want to hear or or see anything AI generated, to be honest with you. So for me, there's a bit of a harder line, but it is very difficult because, like, is it like just if the announcer is like AI generated, is that bad enough? And it's like, I can't draw that line for people, right? It's like hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the line is very gray right now because we're in unforeseen territory right now with AI. We're still we're in the Wild West when it comes to AI and how it will contribute to society, like especially when it comes to entertainment. And the fact that like they need to, and these strikes are setting the groundwork of where that line should be acceptable. So I think like especially when you're going to be saying a computer is going to take your job, is going to be taking your job, people will definitely need to understand, like, okay, what level of, like, how much will this computer take my job or of my risks and stuff. And depending on, I guess it really depends on the situation. I don't know about the First Ascendant because I didn't know, like, I never really played First Ascendant itself. Right. And what they were going for, like, if was this character supposed to be like a human, but then but it's clear as day that he's not. Like the person that's behind it is AI, or are they trying to make it like a computer that has artificial intelligence but is trying to show emotion but doesn't? You know, like, I don't know the situation. I don't know. I don't have a frame of reference of what that is, what they was going for. But then but clearly, like, what the finals, I mean, if I'm just going by what I know with the finals, like the finals announcer is more like making fun, like, it's like kind of making fun of the trope of a TV show announcer kind of thing, you know? So so maybe that was more disguisable to do it. But if it was more like, okay, you need to be more dramatic in what's going on in the First Ascendant, then hell no, you need to get someone.
It wasn't even dramatic, dude. He like, it's like literally a dude that gives quests. It's so bad though. The first time I heard it, I was like, what is up with this dude's voice? Like, this can't.
Oh, you knew though. You got it.
This doesn't this isn't like a filter or an effect. Like, this is weird. Like,
who's the voice of this?
It's the stiltedness. It's how stilted it is. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
I also want to point out too, here about a month ago, SAG-AFTRA also announced a 4th tier to their new indie dev contract, which includes a budget of 15 million to 30 million. So they've expanded it. The lowest tier, or basically it's from 250,000 to 15 million, encompasses the 3 tiers of this independent what the hell is it called? The independent interactive media agreement. So they actually voted in September for this video game strike. So they knew this stuff was coming, and this deals with
well, yeah, because it was reactionary. It was reactionary from whatever they voted for to what happened prior to it. Because they were just getting ready, because we're not going to get. They're like, we may get screwed this 1 year, but we're going to be ready for it to come around. Like, after that year has passed, you know.
Yeah, so that's huge. Even the fact that they're expanding in that, again, that gives the AI protections, this and that, but they got to get these studios on board. Activision, Electronic Arts, Warner Brothers, or some of the folks in there. And at the time, their big hang up was the tiered budget independent list. So I think this opens it up a little more, creating that 4th tier at $15 to $30 million as well. Because, of course, games are getting more pricey. So they're looking to do that. So it's good to see that there are, or at least they've been pushing for these protections. Now we're seeing the effects of no deal being met between the companies and the union.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, so we'll see. Like, I really hope that they get everything that they deserve. The voice actors, the mocap artists, like, basically in general, be protected is what the biggest thing is. The most important thing is that. So let's hope, and let's also hope that this doesn't become something like that's going to be like what it was last year, because I think that lasted 5 or 6 months. So
it was a long time. It was really long,
dude. It was a grip.
That was crazy.
I love that there's a provision though that, hey, if they sign this temp contract or opt into this thing, then those protections are in there. So they're at least giving companies the option to, hey, you can either agree with this or ain't nobody gonna work on your project.
It's all or nothing. Totally agree.
Yeah.
You gotta get the actors in there. Like gotta get the ball rolling on projects. So yeah, they're just some pretty crazy shenanigans if they wait too long.
That would be hilarious. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. Well, there you go. All right. Well, Smitty, why don't you close this off? What you bring it to the table, my friend?
Yeah, I had to talk about it. My buddy Fight brought this. I had seen an article on it, but he brought it up the other day to me. But we finally got the drop of Fallout London. Again, this is a big DLC size update essentially for Fallout 4 that takes place here in not here, but over in London. Now, if you remember, earlier in the summer, this game or the mod was actually supposed to come out, and they end up having to push it back to now because they did an actual update. Bethesda did an update on Fallout 4, which completely threw this thing off kilter, which you know, it kind of makes me wonder, was this some sort of like, what's that about? But really it was about the show coming out, them updating, kind of building off the hype of the show. So it seems like they're, you know, again, there's nothing in there that they're trying to stop them, but this is basically full on, I believe is how you pronounce it, is the team. This is made up from amateurs to professionals and stuff like that, hobbyists.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, like it is a meaty, full-sized update for Fallout 4. Now, I was talking to Fight, my buddy, like I said before, and he did say there is a bit of a caveat. If you get it on Steam, there's a process you have to go through to downgrade your version of Fallout in order to do it. If you get it directly outside of Steam, he said no issues at all. Something within, I don't know what it is about Steam, but something within Steam, you actually have to downgrade the game in order to run the mods. So please beware. And again, I've been looking, I haven't looked that hard. I'm not sure exactly. I'm pretty sure there is a cost for this mod. I'm not sure what the cost is, or even I've been trying to find it. I can't find it. So if somebody can find it, please, or if you know, let us know. But I mean, again, Fallout 4 is one of, and like, I've never finished a Fallout game. I'm literally working my way through 3 right now via Luna. I just had to throw that out there. I'm gonna play. Yeah. I was like, I am still playing Luna. Luna, I still think it's a solid streaming service.
Haven't tried,
but I'm playing it. Yeah, so I was like, oh, you know, for whenever and whatnot. I need to make my way through. I'd like to make my way through. It's funny because as I'm making my way through some of the Fallouts, I now realize that why people are saying that Starfield is Fallout in space. Because I was like, oh, this is all very Starfield-y to me. Like all the junk that I can pick up, which is terrible for a person like me. Because I'll pick up everything. The over-encumbered life is the only life for me.
Over-encumbered, just meaty.
Exactly. But I wanted to bring this up. If anybody is a fan of Fallout 4, I'm sure you probably already know about it. Or if it's something that you were thinking about taking a look at, Fallout London is available now. How you get your hands on it, I have no idea. Apparently through Steam, but I think maybe through other means, and I'm not sure what those other means are, but I hear those other means are the smoother route to go because there is a process with Steam. So yeah. I want to know your guys' thoughts.
This trailer says a release made possible by GOG, which is not a sentence I ever would have thought to see. Yeah. So maybe it's more efficient that way, and then the Steam route has to go through some shenanigans. Maybe because the GOG is like a more direct route, maybe. But it's been a hot minute since I bought anything on GOG. But
the last thing I got was Cyberpunk.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
What I have on GOG.
Right, yeah. I mean, this mod looks cool. I personally have actually, my full confession on the air is I've never technically played a Fallout game.
Oh no!
I get it, dude. I get it.
I have some friends that love New Vegas and they love 4, even though 4 is supposedly a bit more of a dubious like one. But like I've heard good things about New Vegas and 4, and some of the good things about 3 as well. So I mean, like this mod looks really really cool. It looks super comprehensive. I mean, it seems to live up to the namesake. So I mean, I had no idea this mod existed, but like I'm seeing like Big Ben, I'm seeing like all these subways. It looks like they did a good job with it. This is probably one of the craziest mods I've like ever seen. Just like look at this footage, man. Look, it's cool.
It's crazy to think that people have like how much time went into this game from like 2015 on a mod on this, dude. I think that speaks volumes, but it also like I feel like it kind of says something about Bethesda again too, and just how we're gonna throw out the Bethesda jank is a feature, you know what I mean? Like it's like, look, dude, you got people that are doing legit stuff. There's crashes. I'm sure there's issues and things like this with this as well. But the fact that like a group of people came together to put together a DLC sized mod, to me is absolutely insane. I don't know much about modding, and like I've done like modded gosh damn, why am I forgetting about it? Among Us, or not Among Us. What was the one where you go with people and like you have to go out into like different facilities and try to grab things to bring back? Oh,
yeah, I know you're talking about. Like it's like with the monsters and stuff. Like out there, I it's been so. It feels like it's been forever, but it's like really been like less than a year. I know you're talking about.
It's familiar, I can't quite put my finger on it, but yeah.
I know I can't think of the game, but like I played that modded where it was like large, and we had like 8 people in there, and like it was a lot of fun. But like, dude, just modding and things like that to me is just insane. Being able to go in, take game files and stuff like that from a pre-existing thing, and to be able to have the knowledge to then build and create off of something, or a lot of the times they make the games even better than they were before. To me, it's mind-blowing. Find these people. They should have jobs. Let them be the people from the jump off and help to steer that stuff. Obviously, we know that's not how it goes. There's shareholders and all that stuff, and that usually defines a lot of that thing. But like, to me, this is a feat. This is such a huge feat of just pure passion, ingenuity, and help, I'm sure, from all kinds of people around the world. I love to see things like this.
But the biggest thing is like when this is just the exact epitome of Bethesda being Bethesda. It's like because when you seriously think about it, it's like this is what usually happens with Bethesda games. People mod. People do crazy things to it. People do like really cool things to enhance the experience. I would say now, is this the most far-fetched? I'd say yeah, because this seems like there's a story and everything that they had decided to add to this and everything to it, which is just incredible to me on the people's like you said. It's like I don't know how someone can spend their time, their money, or their time just to create a thing, let alone this is a whole studio that decided to say, yeah, we need to make this game, we need to make this mod and make it look good and everything, as if that like the studio is there to make games and stuff, and they took their time to decide to make this out of a pre-existing game, which is incredible to me. But yeah, I mean, as always, it's like to be expected. Like, are you gonna am I surprised that there's a modder out there or a modding group out there to make a game that's already like mediocre as possible to make it better? No, not surprised. This is a Bethesda game. That's what it is. But however, like I just need, the biggest thing is like because I was trying to look it up on how to get it, and it is free. You don't have to pay anything.
Okay.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you would need to do it in Steam, but if you get it through GOG, you could buy you could add to cart and buy now directly, and then there's no charge for it, and you can just download it from there. However,
that's crazy.
In this sense, I would probably go out of the way and donate to this group that did all of this, because this is freaking crazy.
Absolutely.
Because wow,
that's wild.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I mean, do you remember the amount of what's it called, Elder Scrolls Skyrim mods that were there. And the only reason why not a lot of people were playing it on the PlayStation 3 and the PS4 was because PlayStation didn't allow outside mods to go into the game. And that's why the experience was night and day difference comparatively to PC players to anyone, to the other players. So like, I mean, this is exactly what you would expect for a Bethesda game. Now, I don't think people are going to be wasting their time, because I know people have already shut down the mods that they were wanting to do for what's it called, the new one, that crappy game, the space one.
Starfield?
That crappy game is Starfield crap.
Yeah, Starfield.
I'm still working my way through it.
Starfield.
But dude, remember there was the issue where they had the creator thing and they were like something about charging people for mods and stuff like that. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. Like, overall, you're getting a less of a game than what it was before. I totally broke Vin. But like, I mean,
one crappy game.
It is. I mean, like
I've never played it. I've just heard stuff. So
man, like, if you're used to playing the games as like a Bethesda game from before in the past, they took out so much, and then what they're adding to experience, like think of it like a more limited version of Skyrim, which is just like anyways, I digress. But like the whole thing is just is like the experience of Starfield. There was originally groups of modders that were wanting a mod out of that. Then for some reason Bethesda decided to go about face on this, and then they put a paywall on certain things for modders to mod the game, which is like, why would you do that? Like, you go out of your way to
I
think
Mr. Krabs said it best. Money.
Yeah, but people wised up. They decided, okay, we're not going to play. We're not going to do it then. We're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so you killed your community. You killed your Starfield community on top of that, besides the DLC crap that you're going to be releasing, you know? So, but yeah. Wow. Yes. So, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just like, but no, I like the fact that but like I said, like I was kind of getting up to Fallout 4. Wasn't my best favorite Fallout, but the game looks really nice. Like the engine was actually better than what it was in 3. So I would give this a try. I would definitely give this a try and see how this compares to it. Especially,
you can.
Yeah, especially a game that's this is the first one that's out of country, because most of all the other Fallouts are all in the US. So this is very interesting. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic being able to look, at the Fallout universe in a different country. This wouldn't just happen in America. This has happened all over the world. So I think it's fantastic that they based it somewhere else in a different part to be able to see what they experienced over there. Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I said, like you said, Fallout London is out now. You can go on GOG to download it. Just type in Fallout London, and then it's going to pop up. But definitely, I would try supporting the modders that did this one, because like I said, this team is like, this isn't something that you can just easily do overnight. This is something that they were doing easy planning in forever. So there you go.
It takes a lot of planning to put mods together, especially of this scale, like organizing all of them assets and constructing all these environments. I mean, having done some 3D environment art of my own over the years, it's a lot of coordination. It is a lot of spreadsheets.
Dude, it's a game. They put together a game, dude, within this universe, within the game.
So much.
That's amazing.
So
and it goes in the Constitution that they were not, they did it without wanting to get paid. Like it's just like it's just amazing to me. Like when I mean, like for what we saw on the trailer for this game, they put their own TLC to their own spin to this mod, and that's I mean, more than you can ask for anything at this point. You know that's TLC. So there you go, man, folks. Thank you for listening to episode number 228 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation, as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different kinds of topics. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We release it at the beginning of each and every week on Monday morning on all podcast services. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices. Guys, also be sure to check out the main website, confreaksgeeks.com, where we have all the other awesome content, the reviews, news, interviews, what have you. So once again, This is Davis, Vin, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye.
There we go.